In the heart of Dasobligo, a community in the northern district of the Upper East region, stands a dam that has sustained generations. Built over 50 years ago, it was once a lifeline for farmers and herders, ensuring water for crops and livestock. But today, the cracks are showing literally. With no major renovation in decades, the dam is slowly failing, and with it, the livelihood of the people who depend on it. This is the story of a community holding on to hope as their lifeline failed.
According to my fathers, it was established somewhere around between 1945 and 1950 thereabout. So it's close to 85 or so years since its existence. According to source, at a particular point in time, in its early days, it got broken, and government have to come in to regulate the bank again. Even if you go behind the bank, you see some concrete blocks that used to be there. That's because of the brokerage, such objects are lying there for reference. Probably, this is a farming community, and when I talk of farming, we do rearing as well. So it serves as a water source for our domestic animals. And with this dam, it prevents our animals from traveling far into the bush where the Fulani people will have to steal some. So one, it serves as a source of drinking water for the community and for the animals. Again, we use it to do dry season farming. So a whole lot of people are into farming during the dry season, in which this is the very source of water for the farm. We also use it for building and construction purposes. As well, fishing is done because most of the folks are into fish farming. They rear fish and we catch fish in this dam. In the northern part of the country, our rain pattern is just once every year. So after farming during the normal farming season, when it is the dry season time, there's no work at all. So those young and energetic people, including women, who move into the garden, dry season farming, it helps them to grow vegetables, sell them to take care of their horse education, and also support feeding the family, as well as making income to maybe take care of health issues and prepare for the next normal season for farm to take place again. More than 100 people does it, but of late, it is not able to get that number because the canals supplying the water to the various locations of the farms have been damaged, which needs repairs. So because of such things, the number is not as great as expected again. But even some years back, people moved from either Bolga, Bomo, and then that of Fear to come here and rent land, or they pick it and do tomato farming, pepper, that's green pepper and other things. And they will employ people from the same community to do by day work in order to get money to support themselves. But because of these certain things, the number has reduced drastically as a result of one, the canals, and then two, maybe capital in one way or the other. And again, mostly they have challenges in taking care of the animals, particularly in the night. And that's because the place is not fenced. And once it is not fenced and a whole lot of the area is not covered, it opens room for animals to come and destroy the crops. Canals were very superb. This side was more or less a reservoir. That is plenty. It will store a lot of water there, and you can control it based on how you want it to flow. So, but not quite long, a vehicle that's a timber truck destructed this way. So, as a result of that, it cannot store the water for us to regulate it as to the amount of water that should flow at a particular point in time. So that's its current situation now.
So now that this has been, how does that affect the work of farmers?
It caused them not to get enough water for watering their farms and also at least supplying other areas.
Has there been any attempt to work on the canals or repair it?
Yes, they have been an attempt, but it yielded no fruit. And that's because contacted the assembly, gave them reports about the current state of the canals in which there's the need for them to come and on it, because these canals support the community to undertake economic activities in which most of them send their vegetables to Congo market, Colombo market, and they do pay tax. So that's why I had to call on the assembly to come in to support. Again, they were supposed to be putting up some small capital on their own. That's the farmers. That was what we encourage them to do. But frankly speaking, we have not been able to access that fund very well. And to be fair, I can't tell the amount of money that is gathered for now. But there have been attempts to make sure that the canals are well, but just that we've not been able to get that full support from our superiors.
So what was the response from the assembly when you laid it before the assembly?
Oh, it was that when anytime funds are ready, you know, our district, that's Nabdan district, is one of the poorest. Our income generating activities are not always good to write home about, because we all have Congo market and that of Perumo. So if, for instance, Congo comes every 3 days, and that of Perumo is also every 3 days. So there is pressure in the assembly when it comes to funding for so many things, in which there's the need for us to always get probably private partners or NGOs to come to our aid. If not, when we rely on the assembly, one, the district assembly's common fund is not all that regular, and the income, the internal generated funds too, are not quite enough to undertake some of these activities.
When was it that you reported the case to the assembly? How?
I reported during my first term of office, that is 2015-2019. But my predecessor also told me he has done some checks again to see if they could come to support, but it wasn't able to materialize. This is one of the canals leading to that part of the farms, whereby farmers' gardens, or they construct some farmlands over there. But as a result of its spoilage, the farmers have to divert the water through this dug out canal. And with this one, it causes a lot of waste of water, because when it is running through the concrete, it is always at least not wasted. But with this, it will cause a whole of that area to be wet, and probably you can't just make it straight to where you want it to get to. You understand? So it causes the water to get wasted as a result of not being flowing through the canals. So that's exactly what happens. And it is not only this area. If you move down there, you have similar situations occurring, and even to the farm areas itself. That is exactly what happens.
For the people of Dasobligo, this dam is more than just a water source. It is survival. But as the years pass without intervention, their future become more uncertain. Crumbling banks, shrinking water levels, and failing infrastructure threaten the very foundation of their way of life. They have done all they can, but the weight of time is too heavy to carry alone. Their message is clear. Dasobligo needs help, and it needs it now.